This is discussion board number 2, chapter 2 on theory X and theory Y. You said in the description that most managers now will choose theory Y rather than theory X. I think that, the difference between these two, obviously theory X is more authoritarian, theory Y is more relational. There's trust and responsibilities endowed, and there's less supervision. And I think that in part of your question, is one style or type better than the other? Does it really depend on the work environment? I think for two things. There are some specific jobs and industries that probably do work best with theory X. I think that in our world, the idea of authoritarianism is a little bit warped, and obviously that's just because of sin from a biblical perspective. I think if there was benevolent authoritarianism, that the hierarchy structure, the supervision aspect isn't totally bad. Honestly, that might be a good thing. But I think there is also the aspect of managers should want to hire people that they can trust to do a good job with integrity and not need to supervise everything they do. Honestly, most managers want that. And so I think that's probably the biggest incentive for a manager, is to find employees that are trustworthy, that they can build up, because those are going to be the people that will one day take their jobs as managers, who are going to set the standards high and do an excellence in all the things that they do. So I think employees do tend to react differently. I think for sure that employees, especially in how they're raised, just in the homes, but I think if you're in an environment that really seems to be interactive with your managers and with your clients, that it would feel really maybe shameful or intruding to constantly have your managers peering into everything that you're doing, and definitely would make you think, man, I must just not be trustworthy. Man, I just must not have the ability to do things on my own. Versus theory Y, I think there's just more ability for empowerment. So I would say for the majority, theory Y is probably best in a lot of different industries right now, especially with Gen Z and millennialism taking off with the gig sort of industry, for sure. But there's more rigorous industries, the medical field, that probably requires a lot more supervision and an assumption that you don't always want to show up to work, but you got to show up to work and you got to put in excellence, because if you don't, someone's life could be on the line, So I think that's probably where I would go.